Hello and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. I'm going to assume, Big D, since I did the Fluff and Hammer yesterday, that Discord's not working. So let me switch Discord over. There we go. I did it, and it's working. I was right.
No.
Yeah, it's working. How's it going, Big D?
Yay! It's not going too badly.
Yeah. We're in pre-show,
Other than
obviously.
the heat, which, well... The heat's the heat. It's VK. We're not going to stop complaining about the heat.
No, it could be worse. It was worse, so it's not that bad. We've had worse years than this. It's not been too bad, to be fair, but it's just annoying.
Yeah.
It was Friday where I had barely any sleep. So when I was recording yesterday for the Fluff and Hammer, I just felt dead. I don't know about you, but Friday was a super hot night for me, and I just kept waking up.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully Friday I was kind of worn out because me and Mr. White had done our reaction. We reacted along with the stream.
Yeah, you had. I didn't know it. I didn't think it was available to watch as you were doing the live recording. So I kind of left it alone because I saw like you and Mr. White in the chat, and I was like, I could press the button, but I don't think that would be the right thing to do. So it's just like, I'll get the video.
It's something we're still kind of getting our hand in on this sort of thing, you know, with how we're doing it. If we'd thought about it, we've probably gotten a few more people in to have a yammer. But then that would have deprived Mr. Gruff of being able to do a full team cast yesterday. So
yeah. He would have still done it anyway. He still wanted to talk about the dwarves. There was no way to stop him.
It's true. He was so excited, wasn't he?
He was.
It's lovely to see.
Yeah.
And they're quite handsome. I must admit, I might at least buy the army box.
Yeah, I didn't say on the show, but I didn't think that the way that they painted them was desperately good. I didn't think it was desperately flattering. They seemed quite dull because they'd just done them in like grey metals. So I'm looking forward to like other people painting them up because I think they'll look a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I can get behind that. There's a lot of detail on those models.
It's Age of Sigmar and current 40 Games Workshop. They ram almost a little bit too much detail, but I don't think the Chaos Dwarves are too bad, to be honest, in terms of like cramming in just random shit on them. They looked reasonably tidy, I think.
Yeah, I mean they're not overblown beyond the beards, but then even then, some of the beards are much more restrained than I expected, which is a surprise. But I dig them. I mean, if nothing else, they are going to be a kit basher's delight. That range.
Are they?
I've already seen a few folks. Yeah, I mean, the possibilities for using bits from them in like Votan or in Necromunda for Chaos Iron Head squats.
Doesn't it all depend on like how they come together? Because no one knows what the sprues are like, so they might be really restrictive in terms of like how you glue them together and whatnot.
Possibly, but they're plastic. I mean, worst case scenario, just dig the file and the knife out and start trimming away to get a decent fit.
I don't think those beards are going to be separate from the bodies, the chests. So the chests are going to have the beards sculpted onto them. I'm sure.
I don't know.
I'd be surprised if the beards were separate.
I mean, I put together the old now plastic dwarf runesmith.
How old?
Rune priest. Well, it came out in pre-end times fantasy battle. And
I don't think it's applicable to compare it to today's process. I'm afraid.
But the beard. There are two heads with two different beards, and they're both separate from the body. So they can be kind of made to fit other torsos if needs be.
It's also a character?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they do it for the rank and file. Yeah, we'll see when it finally happens, I suppose, when it comes out. But like I say, I'd be surprised. We'll see. We'll see. Shall we get to pooping? Yeah. We've got a Revenge of the Fallen to cover.
Yeah, let's.
And it's hot, and we need to get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to press the button, and we're going to get rocking and rolling. Okay. Music time.
Yeah.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Decayed Andy. We're here with Big D this week, and that can only mean we're covering, again, Revenge of the Fallen. I looked at the list. There was 22 or 23 left. I say, fuck that. Well, split it up into 3 parts. So we're doing like 10 or 11 today, and then we're going to be doing the however many next time. So I thought that would be the easiest thing to do.
I think that was a wise decision to make.
Yeah. The weather's hot. I'm sure my back's going to get very sweaty by the end of this podcast, as is the way of things. And there are some interesting figures here to talk about anyway, which is fine. And don't get me wrong, we're not going into what about the Legends figures? And what about the 500 fucking bumblebees that you get? And the KB Toys versions. There are a lot of... There's like 5 or 6 or 7 Optimus Primes in this wave. A couple we've talked about because of repaints, but then a lot of just like trashy ones. Like, do you remember the Hot Wheels line that they did where it was just the car from the movie and then on the underside of them was like a chocolate bar version of them?
Yeah. Yeah, and in theory they could stand on the arse end, but they were just...
Could they?
Actually,
was that an idea?
Some couldn't even do that.
Oh, I didn't think they'd be able to.
Actually, no. I think you're right. They couldn't. They just stamped the impression of the robot mode on the underside.
See, I think you might be right, but in really specific cases, like with cars that just have a flat arse, you'd probably be able to do it with them. Like Ironhide, you
Ratchet,
could probably Ratchet. Yeah, Ironhide, you could probably do it with. I'm sure there are a few others, but it's neither here nor there. There's just a load of them. They reminded me of, do you remember Nestle's animal bars?
Yes.
That's how the molding came out for them. That's how it looked to me, an animal bar, which I haven't had in decades. Do they still do them?
I don't think they do specifically animal bars. I'm sure I've seen occasionally they do reruns of that concept, but under different brands.
Reruns.
I'm sure
reruns of chocolate. What a weird idea. Because I remember animal bars came in foil, and then it had the paper wrapping over the top of it. I used to like. Do you remember when, as a kid, you were in school and you were told you get your bit of paper, you put it over a tombstone, and you get your crayon and you just kind of rub it against to get the indent? That's what I would do with the animal chocolate bar. So I'd find out what the animal was and have the clean metal version.
If you created too much friction, you'd melt the chocolate.
I never went that hard. How hard were you rubbing your chocolate, Big D? Goddamn. You were too antsy as a child. Good lord. I gotta find out what this fucking animal is, mate. Oh, it's a fucking lion. Let's go. Then you just rubbed him into nothingness. He's just turned into a smudge. Damn, Big D. Why you like that? What happened?
Oh, so many things.
Well, toy-wise, this time we're starting off... There are no scouts. We've kind of covered all of them, so we're starting off with deluxes. We're starting off with a non-movie figure. The second figure, in fact, of this guy. It's Lockdown. First was obviously animated, and then this was his next iteration. I'd argue in some ways this is, in some ways, a better figure... And in other ways, a worse figure. Did you have this, Big D?
I have the repaint.
Oh,
I've
Axel.
never owned the Lockdown version specifically. Yeah.
So
and I've always been kind of sad I never did, because I have a Lockdown now that's that retool of one of the Junkions from the Star Raiders line.
Oh yeah.
But I need to get an upgrade kit to make it really work as the character.
Yeah.
This was kind of a bit of a it's not perfect. The toy does have its issues, but as a representation of lockdown in a more Generations-y / movie style, this actually works quite nicely.
Yeah, it was a really neat looking figure. Issues with it are mainly QC. Unfortunately, Big D, you had Axor, which is even worse QC than this. But the QC was particularly bad on his normal hand. His elbow joint is a ball joint. It's terrible. It's really bad. With my Axor, you can flick that and the arm will almost certainly come off. Like just flicking it a few times, it'll flop off. Things I like about it, the head sculpt is really good for this. It's probably the best lockdown head sculpt. I like his hook. Unfortunately, it's upside down in the position it's in, and there's no real smooth way to turn it the other way without turning his arm upside down. He's got his EMP generator for the outside of his normal arm, which is quite nice. He's got good, big, stocky feet. He's actually got his long neck as well. Those are the things I like. Things I don't like are the way the parts of the car hang over his shoulders is very awkward and a little bit poo looking. I don't like that. The QC joints, as I mentioned, I don't think are very good. His asymmetrical ass, which you can probably notice in the photos, that's always a bit on the off-putting side. And how skinny his legs are. But apart from that, I really like this figure. I think it's really good. What about you, Big D? Do you dig this guy? Do you like his jam?
I do. I mean, my only real complaint, other than those slight QC issues you mentioned, is the engine that forms as EMP generator is. I mean, my Axor is a second-hand one, so and it didn't have the engine. And if you look for them online, generally the more expensive copies have that engine block, either version of the mold.
Well, of course.
And I do get what you mean about the legs. But what's nice is how they're designed. You can either do the full maximum height, or you can compress them down quite a bit into the more chickeny style.
Yeah, you got the option,
and it becomes a bit better. It becomes a bit better proportioned. It's just nice to have him, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't remember. Did he have a waist joint? Nice, I don't think he does. Right? I think he's waistless.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame given how tall the figure is overall. But otherwise, it's just a nice representation of him.
Oh, I remember as well. This was the introduction of really pliable plastic. So although I don't mind the hook being pliable plastic, his standard hand is also squishy plastic for, I guess, because they couldn't find anywhere to do a normal hand. And it's not a huge deal. He doesn't have to hold anything. It's just noticeable when you're doing the actual transformation, which is not the best, but I like it. I like it a lot.
It was a bit of... It's an interesting plastic they did use of that. And it was a bit of a thing for this line especially.
I mean, they started introducing it all over the shop, I think.
Yeah. And it does make sense. I mean, especially with lockdown, because it's on a lot of... I mean, his fingers and his hook are quite pointy, so from a safety point of view, it makes sense. So
I think the spikes on the edges of his wheels are as well, but because they're not too long, they're quite like stumpy but thick. You don't notice it as much. That plastic's only really aggressive when it's on thinner pieces, either thinner or smaller pieces, or more wobbly kind of thing.
And it's got a tendency to bend out of shape through pressure or just, extreme heat. Gosh, what can make you be thinking of that at the moment?
Yeah, exactly. Car mode, though, is, again, way better than the original release. It's a really good car mode. I don't think it's a real car. It is a real car?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay, I was going to say, it looks like it could be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the right amount of ludicrous, but also I could see that being on on one of those weird junkyard mashup shows.
Yeah.
Hot rod a proper car.
Yeah, I could see that. That makes sense.
But it's great because it's got all the cues from the animated design. And as with the main figure, it's just been tweaked just enough so that it becomes a more realistic car. It's not real by any stretch, but it all works. I mean, my only real complaint is that on the bonnet where you have the green striping, it doesn't the central green stripe, it doesn't continue down to the front bonnet, which I think is because of the type of plastic they used. Which is fair enough.
Is it different? I don't think those parts are different.
I think it might be.
Are they? I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know. It's not like you say. It's not a massive deal. It's a shame. It definitely would have been nice for that green to just finish off on the front, but okay, whatever. He's still got quite a lot of paint apps because he's got the green bits on the side, the gold bits that painted, the green on the top of the car. There's a decent amount here, so it's good overall. I would probably go. This is the best Lockdown figure, apart from QC issues. In terms of like an interesting look, this is his best iteration, I would say. It's also got some. I wouldn't call it like okay. So his thighs have a cutout in the center where you've got these gray bits, and when you turn the leg or the knee joint, I guess, turn it left or right, that internal thing twists at the same time as well. It's very irrelevant. They could have probably cut that and, I don't know, added the budget somewhere else. But I guess it's fine. I can't imagine any kid would have looked at that and be like, wow, what a cool feature. But yeah, it's nice enough, I suppose. But really good figure.
Yeah,
recommend.
I mean this. Yeah. I mean, those swivels in that feature of the mechanics. This was when Hasbro kind of went a bit mental, didn't they? As we discussed, they had all the money from the first film, and they did go a little bit overboard in some cases.
Yeah.
So, which we will get to further down the line.
Oh, definitely.
As we look at some of these figures.
So, in terms of redos, we have the one that you don't have, but is a repaint of the one you literally have, which is Circuit. Which was Axor, who was just repainted into Circuit, who was, is this the Action Master Circuit, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it's Action Master Circuit, because this was, again, a Bokon figure. So it's incredibly garish, but in terms of remolded parts, instead of the hook, he now has an axe, because he's Axor. He has a brand new head, which is really nice as well, and I think the hand is new, but it's not massively different, it's just a little different. Like I say, very garish colors. He's yellow. He's teal blue. He's like black currant ice lolly color in places as well. Very striking. I don't think the car mode looks nearly as good as Lockdown's, but I do like the robot mode because it is very garish. What about you, Big D? Do you see this and think, ooh, no? Or do you think, ooh, yeah?
I think, oh god, my eyes.
Fair.
No, this is fun. This is a nice, fun repaint. This is what I always enjoy seeing from Bokon figures, where they find someone obscure, someone who didn't have an alt mode originally.
Someone who Hasbro was never going to touch as well. Like, who the fuck's Circuit?
Yeah, and they find a figure that can work for it.
Yeah,
with minimal work. And I mean, seriously, this is a recolor of Axel. There's no retooling involved, and it works quite nicely. The robot mode, I think, is pretty great.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with you. The colors, they're garish as hell, but sometimes you just have to go all in. You know?
Oh yeah.
So if you're gonna be that garish, commit, and they did with this.
I wonder what the QC on this was like, because this was technically the third use of this mold, and Axel was rough. Like, Lockdown was not great. Axel was rough, and I wonder if they did something to make it better. if it was worse or if it was exactly the same as Axor. I wonder. I have no idea because I don't know anyone that has this, obviously. But it's one of those things. Do you like the vehicle mode, Big D? Do you like that?
I do. It's not as good as Lockdown, but on its own merits, it's quite nice.
What do you think of the lines, the maroony, purpley, reddy kind of lines?
The swooshy lines.
Yeah.
I like them.
Okay.
I mean, my only real complaint might be that they don't really. They just become solid maroon towards the back of the car.
Yes. Yeah. That's
they
weird.
Don't really. You'd have expected them to kind of from the roof to the sides flow down through that side panel, but they don't. They just have a solid panel of maroon instead. So some might be intentional, might not, but it just doesn't fit that flow they've got for it. So
my issues with the lines are, so if you look at the top of the roof, right, where the little spikes are as well, is that meant to be like the top of the Autobots insignia? Like it almost feels like where the spikes are coming out of, it almost looks like eyes, the eyes bit, and then you've got the lines going downwards for the nose kind of area. But then you've got these swooshy bits. So imagine the Autobot insignia with like long flowing hair with a center parting, and the swooshy bits are the bits of hair swooshing down.
Well, I won't be able to unsee that now. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just I saw that and I was like, that looks... I'm not sure what they were going for with the swooshy lines, because the swooshy lines don't go all the way down the car mode to the feet. They kind of go a little bit past the door and then stop.
Yeah, they would have benefited from... The ones on the roof, I think, needed a more logical starting point.
Yeah.
From the... Or a finishing point if you go into the smaller point in the middle, but it kind of runs into the fact that they had an idea for what we wanted to do with the roof when it became the chest, because that's all had basically a paint inlay done on the engraved detailing.
That's right, yeah.
So
you're right about the big block though, cutting off the lines. That's just bizarre. I think what I like is I don't like the roof, but I like the side until it gets to that maroon bit. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I feel the design just comes a bit weird on the roof and then a bit weird for that kind of back panel. It's an interesting paint scheme.
It's doubly weird is that panel where the lines from both sides swoosh into, that's been painted that color.
Yeah. Because it's yellow plastic.
Yeah. So it makes you wonder, did someone just kind of artistically run out of gas and just go, screw it, make it all red instead?
Yeah, can't be asked. Fuck it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's an odd choice. It's a very odd choice.
Yeah.
But... And then obviously we have Axor as well, who was, I think Axor was Revenge of the Fallen, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2010. He was. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. Was he right? Reveal the Shield? No, he wasn't Reveal the Shield.
No, he wasn't Reveal the Shield. I think he might have been in Generations potentially.
Yeah, I don't think he was part of the movie line, but he might have been. Either way, this is the same figure as Circuit as we mentioned, but in Axor's color scheme. Well, a little bit more of a muted Axor color scheme, but I think the head on here is a little bit nicer because it's a little bit less busy, so you can see the details a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But his car mode's a lot more boring. His car mode's probably the worst out of the three of them because it's just grey. And there's no kind of fun things done to it to make it pop. It's just a grey car.
No, I would say, though, I do like the fact that they've picked out some of the venting, both towards the front, along the side, and the coloured bit on the back of the...
On the boot, right? Whatever that is. I don't think the bit on the back of the window and the boot, that's not venting, but it's some fancy car window thing. I don't know.
But they've picked it out.
Yes.
Which is not always common. It's plainer, and it is. I'd agree. It is the weakest of the three alt modes overall. but it does still work. I like the fact that the windows are all black as well.
Yep, I'm down for that.
So you haven't got to worry about a damn thing breaking on you. And that nice use of Crimson Fist blue, Regal blue. I always like a good Regal blue.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I think in robot mode he shines a lot better. I like the fact he's got translucent horns. I think that's quite cute, and he's got the weird little yellow bit on the center of his mouth. He does have the new axe piece. One would hope that would be solid plastic. It's not. It's rubbery plastic, unfortunately. So if you notice on the previous circuit figure, that one's axe had bent. This one's hasn't here, but it's still got that issue where it could bend.
It hasn't bent yet.
That's true.
I think the operative word.
I think that's fair to say. Yeah. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, his elbow joint on his normal arm, his left arm, at least for mine, was even worse than Lockdown's. And that's his biggest failing, unfortunately. He is a pretty rough... He's a good redo. Like, it's not a bad retool into a character no one really gives a shit about, let's be honest, Axor. But in terms of like how good the QC on it is, it's a big drop, unfortunately, which is a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame because I like him. I'd like to see this look come back. Either for Lockdown or for Axor. I'm happy with either, to be honest.
I mean, I must confess, I've been surprised that Lockdown has not had a dedicated figure in his own right.
Yeah.
A dedicated do-over in any of the modern lines.
Yeah, my worry is they'll do a dedicated one to movie Lockdown from... Was it 4 or 5 last night? The one where he's got the gun face one?
Age of Extinction. Yeah.
The lame one.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the one we'll get a brand new mold for, not the one everybody likes, I would imagine. To be fair, though, as well, we've had that Lockdown figure from the Junkion that you mentioned, so that's him done for a while, I think.
It is, sadly. And I think that isn't actually a bad figure. And there are some decent upgrade kits if you want to take it further to make it look more like Lockdown in his... Well, there's 3 interpretations. There's the IDW version, who only had a brief showtime.
Yeah.
There's this version, given a movie do-over, and there's the animated version.
Yeah.
Which are all just iterations on... Basically, they're all just iterations on Death's Head, effectively.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But, which, it's kind of a shame that we're unlikely to see him get another do-over this soon. But
it's a shame. It's unfortunately the way the cookie crumbles. Like, I'm not going to get good versions. We're not going to get good versions of Deluxe Insecticons. The only one we're going to get a really good one for is hopefully Venom, which they can't call Venom. And the other 3 were in 2 packs or 3 packs or 4 packs, so you weren't able to buy them. Yippee. Yippee.
I mean, at least it's not as bad as the junior headmasters.
Yeah, they got fucked over too. All of their figures are super duper old, and again, all in 4 packs and spread over 5 years or something. It's insane.
And multi-packs almost always sell out.
And yet only have one figure that people actually want. Well, most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
It's weird. But Axor, good figure. This mold, solid one, very good. Apart from QC problems. One I didn't have, so hopefully Big D might have had this one. It's one of the racist bots. You know, I don't like to point out and scream, that's racist, but man, Mudflap and Skids were, goddamn, these are the racist bots, unfortunately.
You've got to call a spade, unfortunately.
Yeah, pretty much. They fucking suck too.
It may have been well-intentioned.
From Michael Bay.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
I've seen his movies. I'm not.
Yeah, that's fair as well. And it kind of sucks because it means that you could have had potential for Skids and Mudflap to actually be 2 genuinely interesting characters, but they were caricatures instead.
Yeah.
which does suck because all of their toys have actually been interesting.
Have they? Have you had this one in particular?
I didn't have it. I think I knew someone who did have it, and they did say that they didn't find it objectionable. But all the, from what I've seen, all the toys for twins have at least had stuff about them that's been interesting, even if they've failed in other areas.
Because again, like from the images we've got here, I don't know if this is transformed correctly, but assuming it is, it's a mess.
It is. It looks mistransformed because
it has to be. I don't know what they're doing with the wheel bits on the front of the robot mode. They can't just be used as a giant mustache from the front of the vehicle mode, right? Front of the robot mode.
Yeah, those have to fold back to, because it looks like they should be kind of adding a bit more support to the backpack.
Yeah, assuredly you just kind of tuck them in, and maybe they don't like connect, but maybe they have to just like fold inwards, you would assume. And I'd hope that he doesn't have like the bum flap that goes all the way down to his feet. That has to fold up as well, surely.
It does.
Surely.
It must.
Surely. Again, we don't know. We're only going. Are you going to have a look for another image of?
I'm going to do a Google search. Oh God, I've got to do this in Google. It's going to remember this, isn't it? God damn.
I remembered that you searched for Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen Mudflap. Would you like to buy more? No, I wouldn't. For those not aware, Mudflap does contain his normal-sized arm and his gigantic, oversized arm. I don't know why that was a thing given to Skids and Mudflap, but he is. It was. He's got the very skinny legs. They tried to replicate the large torso, I guess, with the back as well. The arms are attached to universal joints that are on long grey bits of plastic that connect closer to his head, which also looks a little bit on the weird side. I don't know how functional they are, but it looks odd.
Okay. It looks like, that butt flap should be higher. Okay. It should collapse up. And those bits of the wheel arch trim should fold back. And it looks like the arm should actually be lower from where they are. They've mistransformed it.
Can you put it into the Discord, please? And I'll throw it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Thank you. Where is the image on here for the show? That one. Where are you? There it is, website. Couldn't see it. Okay. Thank you, Big D. Click on the thing.
No worries.
Click on the thing. Oh yeah, that looks more normal. Yeah, you can see it. He's still got a lot of back kibble. But they have compressed the back to be on his back rather than above his back, and also really far below his back. His back as well. It does look like the mustache parts that we were talking about, again, like I thought, don't really connect anywhere, but at least you fold them inwards. That's something at least.
Sorry, I've just been stunned by how much Mudflap and Skids and Mudflap go for.
Oh, how much?
Right. A sealed version of the ice cream truck they came in.
Oh, that one makes sense why that one would be expensive, because it's a really unique vehicle. But hit me with it. That's
£107.
Jesus Christ.
From a seller in Japan, so that's going to be like another 15 quid delivery.
Jesus.
Plus VAT.
Like I say, that one kind of makes sense, because what Transformer toy have we ever had that's an ice cream truck? I think that's the only one. So that makes sense. Kind of.
Yeah. One enterprise in Solvo has listed the deluxe class tuner Mudflap and Skips.
Which one's that?
That's the ones that have the slight repaints.
Oh, I guess we'll get to them. Okay.
Yeah. Someone's listed the pair of them unboxed, opened, and I don't think they're even complete from the picture. So I'm missing the missiles. £300.
So they're 150 each.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Because I can see someone else trying to sell a flap for 140 quid.
Why? Have we got to that point where Revenge of the Fallen is so old that the kids that watched it have now grown up and are like, damn, I really, really want to put flapping skids and will pay anything for it. Is that where we are?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say because of how offensive they were as characters in the film, nobody bought their toys.
Maybe
I certainly remember seeing them on the shelves for a long time.
I want to say they didn't shift either. I want to say they were sitting there and on sale, right? Surely. I'm sure I remember that.
But then I know that they made it along because they made a big push for these two.
Well, they were main characters in quotations. Yeah, they were important to the story for whatever that meant.
And it still boggles my mind that no one at any point in the development process of these characters went, hang on, what are we doing?
They did. I mean, think of that entire movie. They had Wheelie humping Michaela's leg. They had a testicle joke for Devastator.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
I mean,
it's fine.
I mean, I know that film came out of the writer's strike, but Jesus.
Yeah. People approved and greenlit stuff. Mudflap, though, I will say the vehicle mode is nice. Now that we can see the robot mode transformed correctly, it's obviously a lot better than it being complete mess that we see here on TFU. Yeah, the vehicle mode's fine. I guess it's a cute little vehicle. It's a boring vehicle that you'd steal in GTA and try and get rid of for something cooler in the future. So that's something. The heads, it looks like melted ice cream, but that's kind of what his face design was, you know?
Yes, it is an accurate head design. I mean, the car mode is, well, it's bland, but that's what the car is based on is.
Yeah, exactly. Is it, or is it meant to be like a cool car? Because they were meant to be the hip and ghetto street characters. So was this like the hip ghetto street car? I don't know. I assume not.
It's supposed to be like a Peugeot 205.
I don't know what that means. Is that a mom car?
A hot hatchback.
Is that good? I don't know.
All right. Do you have this around where you are? These idiots who take a really cheap car, a little 3-door hatchback, and they just put all their money into the engine.
Oh, it's a boy race. Okay, it's a boy racer car that's cheap that they soup up.
Yes.
Oh,
one of those little ones.
Right. Now I'm on board. Okay, if you said boy racer car, I'd be like, okay, I get it. It's a shit car that they buy because it's cheap, and then they spend way too much money on it, quote unquote, improving it, removing the muffler so it's noisy as fuck. Yeah, okay, I'm on board.
Putting body kits on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense for the character, I suppose. That works in a weird
this is the
way.
sort of car that I would basically have to fold myself in half to get behind the driver's wheel.
Oh no! No, I don't like that. Oh,
I had to drive a smart car for one job.
Oh god!
Pizza deliveries. The seat. Smart cars are not big anyway. I was in the back of the car effectively.
Yeah, I imagine it was tight, shall we say? Very, very tight.
Yeah.
So, in additional to this mud flap, there was also what's the first mud flap that I clicked on? The first one was Tuna Mud Flap, which I guess is the one Big D mentioned. Is it this one? This like garish gold one?
Yes.
Okay, so visually, I think this one's more interesting. I don't know why TFU info again has this mistransformed completely, just like the last one.
I want to be generous here and say that they just lost the will.
They just gave up. They're like, I don't care. Whatever. Yeah. Maybe that's maybe.
they ran out of Fs to give for this character.
Yeah. To be fair, that makes sense. Yeah. I like the caramel gold highlights on all the bits of the limbs. I think that's quite nice. It makes him a bit more interesting. It almost color scheme wise, it almost feels like the difference between RID Sideways and his red upgrade version, and same with the Prowl and X-Brawn, and like, this is my upgraded form and it's just a kind of simple tweak to the color scheme.
Yeah, I mean, the shift from that dark grey to a more brownish color for all the trim.
It's nice.
That works. Yeah. It's a little change, but it does work.
And
I mean, I'd be
the car mode has the boy racer stripe on it now.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I've seen more than one of those around my neck of the woods.
Oh, I bet. So, okay, I don't think it's £150. I'll state that now. No. I do think it's more visually interesting than the original version of the character, or the first version of it. So I'll give it that at the very least. And then the last version is the Starscream Assault Mudflap, which doesn't look anything like him in terms of his color scheme. But he's gone for a what's that? Ushapti bone-ish kind of color.
Yeah, Ushapti bone with barbarian skin.
Oh yeah, that is barbarian skin.
No, it's bronzed flesh. Bronzed flesh.
It's either way. It's a weird flesh color that you'd use as your base coat for like painting a mini, which is.
It's very uncomfortable to look at. It's
not the color I would choose, and then they've got like two different kind of grays for a highlight. He's got his standard gray unpainted plastic Hasbro color for joints and bits here and there, and then he's got the front of his car mode, which is more of your Mechanica standard grayish color, which oddly enough looks a little bit like it's been bleached in the sun because it looks a little bit off from the painted bits on the side of the door.
And on top of that, you got like this dark Reaper color they've used for some additional effects on the tires and on the grill.
Yeah, and then just to finish off, some red in almost like a blood drip kind of horror effect. But oddly enough, going the wrong direction. I would have had it where most of the red was on the front of the car going backwards.
Yeah.
Rather than it being on the back of the car dripping forwards.
I have to say, I do like the fade effect they've done on his windscreen.
That's okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. You don't actually see that often. Not that I can think of. Not that effect.
Yeah. That's quite nice.
But they didn't carry it over to his windows on his doors.
Yes.
Which is a shame. But I guess money saving. Yeah. So this is a strange looking. I don't think this is the best version of him.
No, I mean, bare minimum, at least you can say it's an interesting one.
Yes.
Even if but it isn't. If you were going to have a mudflap in your collection, because completionism is a thing. I'd probably go for Tuna. To be honest. The Tuna, I think, it just look. It just makes the design actually work a bit better, and it just overall it's the more interesting in both modes.
Yeah, and it's not uncomfortable painted background character version with his weird sad eyes. Tuna's the best standard Mudflap, then this version of Mudflap, which for whatever reason it exists, I suppose. There were other Mudflaps as well, but do you want to talk about the ice cream truck one now? I guess we can. Or should we save that for the next show?
Let's save it.
Okay, all right.
It's an interesting one. I think deserves to be spoken about on its own terms.
That's fine. I don't mind that. So let's move on to. Oh, no, that's another Mudflap. There we go. It's Whips McCracken, Rampage, as he was also called. This was, I think, maybe the first of the Constructicons that they released. Him and the one with the big wheel that we talked about last time. I got Whips McCracken because I thought he looked interesting, and I was disappointed, let's say.
Yeah, he's an odd fellow, isn't he?
Did you have this mold?
I think I might still have it somewhere, to be honest.
Can't get rid of it. So,
I had this job lot of movie figs I picked up.
I see.
In like 2010, and it was just loaded with random characters, but this kid was clearly far too young to have been bought by his parents, who, bless them, they all looked so confused when I was going through the box.
Yeah, and Whips McCracken here is definitely one of those. Oh dear, a messy figure. So his arms are basically one giant piece. His fingers are nice because they're separate, but he has no elbow joint. So it is one gigantic piece. His treads are rubber, and they have pins going through only certain parts of them, the connection kind of parts. I don't know about you, but the bit that's under his neck, that is a piece that disconnects and is attached to the pistons. It never connects to the actual torso. It's a kind of a loose friction joint where you kind of push it in there, but it doesn't click, right?
Yeah, it's rather unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Sadly.
To make him stand, you get the entire, what do you call it? The shovel, I guess. You get the entire shovel, and you just pretend it doesn't exist, is I think what they wanted you to believe, because it folds up into this kind of unconvincing pair of two legs for the back, so he's almost in a centaur mode, but he's not meant to be like that. He's meant to be like a pogo stick kind of dude, which you can quote unquote put him into. You just have to ignore everything behind him.
Yes. I mean, whoever designed this clearly was traumatized with Magic Roundabout as a child.
You saying he's Zebedee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
He's a giant psychotic Zebedee.
Yeah. He's a very unsatisfying figure. Very unsatisfying.
And it's a shame because he's got a great. In the film, he has a great look. The idea of turning treads into whips is actually a really fun idea.
Yeah.
But it's the execution.
I think the vehicle mode's nice. I think that's a pretty decent looking digger, excavator, whatever one it is. I think that looks good. Yeah. Bulldozer, yeah. I think that looks fairly solid.
Bulldozer. Yeah.
And it's got a it's not a cow catcher on the back. It's got something on the back where it's like, that's little fingers dragging along the thing to put crops in. Maybe that's okay. That's not too bad. It's like okay.
Yeah, I mean the alt mode comes together real nice, and then it disassembles into. God, transforming this thing was.
I can't remember much about the transformation apart from not enjoying it.
It wasn't a pleasant experience.
Was it? I can't remember, so you can remind me. Was it due to the whips being bendy plastic? I think that was part of it, right? It wasn't the whole story, but...
They didn't help because they did tend to get in the way.
Yeah.
Because you can't just... They don't just collapse or anything. Once you unpin them, they're all whippy and in the way and just ball ache to work with.
That's true. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name in chat. Corne? Corne? Corne, and then with a little thingy above the E. You want to try that, Big D?
I think...
If you want to be safe, you can say no.
Corne?
Corne? Okay. However, apologies, don't know how to say your name correctly. They say Skids and Mudflap have no Studio Series figures. That's probably why they're so expensive. That's a good point. Yeah. If people are trying to collect the Studio Series stuff, I guess that's a way to go. I'd probably recommend if they do that, well, don't buy those figures. Get a third-party figures because there are a couple.
Yeah, I mean, Unique Toys, I think, have got a pair of them for 40 quid.
Oh, is that? I remember there was a company. If it was Unique Toys that did them, they'll be very good toys. If you really want them, they'll be great. Buy them, unless you're one of those people who are just adverse to any third-party figure at all. Which is, okay, fair enough, I suppose.
I'll tell you, they're 43 quid for Skids and 50 for Mudflap.
Well, you know what? That's about 100 quid cheaper and a bit compared to the other ones.
And honestly, these versions actually look a damn sight better as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So, in terms of redos, this guy was put in a package with Sideways, package with Long Arm, and also Breakaway, and hang on. This figure was available in 2009. Additionally, this figure was repackaged exclusively at Sam's Club with those figures I mentioned. But I don't know why it's not got it here. They've just listed other versions of Rampage. Oh, there it is. A redo of this character was into, I think, his correct movie colors, which was the red version rather than the orangey sand version. But otherwise, it's the exact same figure, just red, and it was under the Nest line. So, okay. Big D, which one do you think visually looks better, the red one or the yellow one? I think the red one looks a bit nicer, but I like the color red.
I'd run with that.
Yeah.
It's a nice shade of red. The yellow, which tended to be a bit washed out on with some of the paint apps over the top, this doesn't have that problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you really want this toy, go for this version.
I just remembered this thing had an action gimmick as well. Do you remember the front legs were on springs together at the hips?
Oh God, they were, weren't they?
Yeah, I think it was it meant to be for like a jackhammering effect or something?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, if you wanted to pose the legs, well, tough. They have like one pose. They do not move they could move independently, I suppose, if you cracked the internal joints, I suppose, right? But they didn't feel good moving them separately. I just remembered that. I was like, oh yeah, that was an awful gimmick that they had. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this. No, don't do it. Don't do it. I never had this next one in particular. It's Ravage. Did you have Ravage, Big D?
Annoyingly, I didn't, and I always kind of regretted that because it's just Ravage and Laserbeak both had some bizarre usage in the movies.
And vanish as well, quite quick. Well, Laserbeak dies, I think, but does Ravage reappear again?
Oh
no, he does. That's right, he fishbones him. That's right. Yeah, I completely forgot. Oh God.
Which is after Soundwave shoots him at the planet, which is hilarious.
You know how people like to humanize the visual aesthetic of Transformers and turn them into people? Imagine recreating that scene and turning Bumblebee into a person and Ravage into a cat.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and he's just fishbones the cat. It's like, oh my God, Bumblebee, you fucking monster. It's just a kitty. You fucking psycho.
The weirdest thing for me is that Ravage dies that way twice. Once in Revenge of the Fallen, then they do it again in, what was it? Lost Light or More Than Meets the Eye?
Oh, yeah.
More Than Meets the Eye, yeah.
Did he fishbone him in that? I can't remember. I remember he died, but I can't remember how he died.
I think Tarn does that to him.
Tarn did something. I can't remember. I'll take your word that he fishbones him.
Tarn did Tarn things.
Yeah. That's what he does.
Right up to the point he pissed Megatron off too much.
So neither of us had this figure, so we can't really talk about how good the quote-unquote quality is on the figure. I think the cat mode, for it being a movie-style figure, maybe a little bit generic in terms of like it's a singular-eyed bipedal creature. I've recently rewatched Justice League Unlimited and the episode Heart of Darkness, where the alien nano machines land on Earth and they start spouting little spider things. These are kind of how the attack dogs look as well. But it's not bad. I don't think it's an awful look. I like his guns on his butt. That's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Like you say, it just feels a bit generic 2000s sci-fi, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's a good representation, I guess, of what he looked like in the film.
Design of how
yeah.
So as far as that goes, it's a fine representation of quotation marks the character.
Yeah. However,
as he did in the film.
However,
that vehicle mode.
I mean, this is the kind of vehicle mode I made out of my Action Masters. Let's be honest. This isn't anything.
Yeah.
What was this meant to be, like a Ravage Earth entry mode? Is that the idea for this?
I think that's the idea, yeah.
Jesus, they just... Yeah, you look at the deluxe. You look at Ravage and you go, he's a deluxe. He has to look like Ravage, but we also can't sell him as just a cat. He needs to turn into something. I guess this is the best that they could do, because what else are you gonna do?
Here's a question for you, Andy. Is this better than or worse than Movie 1 Protoform Prime and Starscream?
Well, it's better than Starscream because it's not gold plastic syndrome, so it won't crumble.
That's true. It's not going to explode in your hand.
So in terms of like a quote unquote robot mode for Ravage, obviously because it's a beast, I think it's better than Prime. But in terms of an alt mode, Prime looks like he's meant to be a thing. It's not a good thing, but it looks like it's meant to be something. Where this isn't anything.
Yeah, and honestly, that's not. I don't think that's a knock against the designers, because they had to work with a character who really didn't have an alt mode.
Yeah, and again, like I say, deluxe. What can you do? I don't know. This.
I mean, honestly, you're buying this guy for the robot mode.
Yeah, surely.
And on that basis, it actually doesn't work too badly. It looks quite nice.
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure these spikes on his back, like those grey plastic bits, are probably squishy plastic. I assume the tail's probably squishy plastic. So that's always a knock against it. It's nice that the guns are on little hinges so they can kind of move around a little bit. Yeah. It looks like the jaw maybe has a little bit of motion to it as well, which is nice. Still not a good toy, I don't think, but...
No.
You know.
But then you get to the repaints.
Yes, there are two redos, which are Recon Ravage. That's Mudflap again. Whoops. Recon Ravage. Oh, yeah, this one's really cool. The colors. Oh, he's chromed as well. Goddamn.
Chromed. There's fade. There's yellow over black, which is bold. Doesn't always work where they've got it on here, but they've tried. Bless them. I mean, this is a little bit spiffy.
Oh, it was mail order only. That's why it has some gumph to it and has so much chrome plating. It's like, there's no way this was on shelves unless it was Japan. It's like, mail order only. No, this is very cool. Obviously, the mold still has the mold issues. The only other thing I'd say that is maybe a shame is like his front legs are chromed, his torso's chromed, his guns are chromed, his back legs aren't chromed.
It would have been nice if they were chromed as well.
Just to complete the look. It's not a huge knock against it. This is very nice looking. It doesn't fix the alt mode, but again, because it's shiny, it's like shiny good. You know,
a nice paint job can go a long way to making a figure worth adding to your collection.
Yeah. I'd loathe to see how much this version's going for, because I don't think Studio Series have done a Ravage. Well, movie Ravage at least. And this being mail order would subsequently have to make it rare in theory. I will knock one thing against the fade, because if you look at the... I don't know if this is consistent as well, but the front shot of the figure, you can see that the red fade goes around the eye socket on our left-hand side, but on our right-hand side, it's just black on the top. So it's almost like they didn't do the airbrushing for some reason. Yeah,
not quite consistent across the two, sadly.
Yeah. It's nice. It's just
the thing is, it's where you have that straight terminal between the two halves.
That's the problem.
If it had gone from red to black before it got there, that would have saved it. As is, it's just a little bit where you could have just done a little bit,
just a smidge more. It's like, it's a shame. It's good though. This is the better version, better than the original version. And then there is Ravage again. What's it say? Sea Attack Ravage. Okay, so this is so when he lands in the sea, he is a completely different color, chat. When he exits the sea, he changes color. There you go. So the difference here are his claws are bluish gray, And the same for the spikes, and then he's got a lot of silver paint on him as well. And then a strip of translucent orange for the head. The guns have been done in a aluminium kind of metallic paint, so it's different from the paint on the silver paint on his body. But then the tips of it are done in the black that the rest of his body's done as well. And then he's got some gold highlights as well. Again, this is a lot better as well. Oh wow, they've even for the plain mode, whatever mode you want to say, extra orange appears on the little internal wing parts. That's nice.
Yeah. Would you care to hear how much Recon Ravage will set you back?
Well, can I guess? Is it 100? Is it more or less than 150?
I've got two options here. One is less, one's more.
Oh, so I'm kind of right. There is one that is higher and one that is lower. Okay.
There's a mint on card, just Recon Ravage.
Mm-hmm.
£145 from China, free delivery.
Oh well, thank God for the free delivery.
However,
if
you spend another £50 plus £10 postage,
all right,
you can get a bundle of all three Ravages. So the movie one, the Sea Assault, and the Recon.
I'm not sure the other two are worth £25 each, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, it's a tough one. If you like this mold, this figure, and you want all three of them, that's a way to do it.
I guess, unless you can get these. They can't be. The other two molds can't be 25 quid on eBay each, can they?
Hang on.
Can they? I mean, you told me how much Skids was, or Mudflap, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's Ravage can't be like that as well, right? Is this the era we live in? Am I old?
Sea Attack Ravage.
Uh-huh.
Mint on card, 50 quid.
Fucking hell.
Otherwise, I've got 10 quid, 11 quid,
that makes
16 quid.
That makes more sense.
18 quid.
Yeah, okay. That's more what I would expect. 50 quid, that's okay, mint on card, you can still fuck off, but okay, fair enough. That's more normal priced.
Yeah.
Fine.
And the basic one is anything starts at a $5.
Yeah.
Goes up from there.
That makes sense. Again, that's okay, fine. But yeah, Ravage. Weird little boy. Don't know about his QC. Don't know about how quote unquote good he is to transform in hand. But I guess visually we can say that it looks fine. His repaints are better than him. I'm happy to say that. Do you have anything else on this, Big D?
No, that sums it up, really.
Right, we got another not-in-movie figure that's really good, or one that I really like. It's Mind Wipe.
Yes, so not appearing in this movie.
Yeah, shame, because I thought I like this mold. I don't like his Reveal the Shield repaint into Strafe. I don't think it's nearly as good as this. It does have some auto-morphing stuff in it, and it is made so it can combine with movie Skystalker, who we'll be talking about next time. Oh no, this has had another repaint. It's not on this list anymore because this was done for Japan. This was done in blue to be the G2 smoke jumper and the other bomber dude, whatever that guy was called. Do you remember those?
Dreadwing.
Yeah, Dreadwing and smoke jumper. This mold was used for that as well. I completely forgot, and it's not listed on here because the site hasn't been updated in a while. But I guess we're talking about Mind Wipe. So issues I have with Mind Wipe are he does have chicken leg styles, but from I guess the bend backwards bit of the shin maybe to the legs going down, it's a very thin bit to then go into very pointy, almost clown shoes, which looks a bit weird. He has these cool translucent underslung knives. The problem is he always has them underslung because they're part of a little button feature where they kind of flick out, but you can't ever get rid of them.
It's a fun gimmick, but they do start to grate in a while because you can't store them anywhere else.
No, I'd like to take them off or maybe flip them around so you can hold them top side. He does have like he doesn't really have gripping hands. It almost looks like his hands are in the pose what you'd use for like climbing in a, where you get climbing walls for like gladiators or indoor wall climbing and stuff like that.
Maximum grip.
Yeah, that's the kind of hand pose he has, the hand grip, which looks again a little bit weird. But things I do like, the automorph gimmick is he folds the wings back and these very small little translucent bits of orange kind of poke up from behind the wing. It's very superfluous, but fine. I do like the look of the figure. I think it's a very unique look. I like the head mold for the figure. And the transformation's pretty solid, and he turns into a really cool jet bomber, stealth bomber thing.
It's a really nice alt mode, actually.
Yeah.
It's pretty clean. The transformation's actually really fun in how it all compresses down.
Yeah.
Because unlike a lot of jets, he's not kibble hanging off underneath the whole time. There's a little bit, but not much. Instead, he kind of just flattens out.
Yeah, he's a very smooth jet. I think that's probably helped by how weird his robot mode is. It's probably helped smoothing out the jet. The only thing I don't like about the jet is the graffiti on his wings.
The Cybertronian gang tats.
Yeah,
that was a bit of a thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Starscream. I don't know why you thought that would be a great idea, but I don't know why they thought it would be a great idea to put it on them. But otherwise,
I think Michael Bay became enamored of Dwayne Johnson's massive tattoos.
Did Dwayne have them at that point?
Oh yes.
Did he? 2009, 10ish. That's when he got them.
Yeah, because that's kind of when he started in big style. Yeah.
If you want to look at your eras of WWE or WWF, look at how young Randy Orton is and how big his tattoos are. Because he starts off in the company very babyface with a small one on the back of his neck, and it just grows and grows and grows and covers all of his arms.
Yeah, it's so weird to me to have modern Randy Orton just being the chillest dude on the planet.
Yeah, because he was a tit when he started in the company.
And fair play to him, he's owned up to that completely.
Yeah.
He and he makes no bones that he was an asshole.
Oh yeah. I'm glad it kind of it got out of him. I think it was when he became a dad, he became a better person.
Well, when he married his current wife, he basically adopted her kids.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay,
because she had 3 sons.
Oh wow.
And honestly, his wife's feed is adorable. Just because you have this. Because Randy Orton has never been a small man. He's got more and more jacked over the years.
Oh yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, but you just see him being all lovey-dovey, and then he and his wife had a daughter together.
Oh, nice.
And you just pity whoever tries to date that girl, because you're going to open the door to not just her 3 older brothers, but to her dad.
Well, I'd prefer it to be Randy Orton than Brock Lesnar, to be fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
Brock's not got a form for the RKO out of nowhere, though.
That's true, but to be fair, you're not going to be surprised when you go, oh, that girl over there. You go, yeah, her. Yeah, that's Brock Lesnar's daughter. She turns around and you go, oh yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I can tell. She looks just like a dad. Exactly like a dad. It's it's funny. I'm sure he's very proud, but it's like, yeah, it's a family resemblance, I suppose. Exelhead says, still have my Mind Wipe and Skystalker in the fanned mode, combined mode. Oh yeah, I forgot they had a fan mode kind of thing. Honestly, Hasbro needs to give us a new version of these guys. I would be down for it. The combined mode for the standard version is just Skystalker jet mode, just sitting on top of the jet mode. It's very kind to call it a combined mode, but whatever. Do you have any other thoughts on this figure, Big D? Because I like it, even though it is kind of weirdly flawed in places.
I like it. I've only ever had the strafe version, really.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about that now, I suppose.
But I still like the actual toy in its own merits. It's a really fun, interesting design.
Well, here's a question. Since you have the strafe version, and I'm not a big fan of it as strafe or color scheme wise, what do you think of the color scheme between him and Mindwipe? Because Mindwipe arguably does have quite a dull color scheme. He's this kind of grayish, brownish kind of color, and then tannish, greenish color, and then bits of orange. I like the bits of orange, but that's about it. So how do you think that compares to Strafe?
I think I do prefer Mindwipe's colors overall. I mean, it's quite a sinister mold anyway. And Strafe's colors, bless them, they do try to make it look more heroic. And then slap the Autobot symbol across two of the two main wings, which is...
Oh, it's the weird... I forgot that's how they did the Autobot insignia over the wings. Yeah, it's not... There's an Autobot insignia on each wing. It's, what if we tampoed a giant Autobot insignia over the wing and then cut it in half, and each wing has half of it? That is weird.
The irony is that the way the plane's designed, they could probably just tampo the Autobot symbol across the entire center of the plane instead.
Probably. Do you think it's
breaking up in the middle?
Do you think it's better if you? I know it's hard to not see it, but if you try to not see it, I think it kind of works. I mean, the problem is I know it's there.
If the wings were either just solid grey or grey with just a red trim, like the tailplane has got, I think that would make it work a bit better.
I'm thinking even maybe if it was just solid red, because the nose cone's solid red, the wings were solid red.
I could work, yeah.
It was
worked as well.
Bizarre idea. I wonder who said yes, Autobot insignia, but what if it was half of it over each wing?
I mean, this was Generations 2.0 where they were really going a bit nuts with repaints and trying to get maximum usage out of some of these weirder toolings they'd come up with.
Yeah, because I mean, you look at Mindwipe and you're like, fuck, what are we going to do this into?
And the thing is, for a solid 6 years, this was the only strafe you could get.
True,
easily.
Yeah. And the only Mindwipe you could get.
Yeah. And on that basis, I mean, I still have mine. I could probably come up with an alternative character to call him nowadays. Make him not Strafe. Now we have a decent... Hell, we had 2 decent versions of Strafe. Technobot release. However, I sent you some pictures over Discord.
Thank you. I was trying to see that. Oh,
I found the Tokyo toy show version.
Yeah, it's not the greatest res, resolution-wise, but it's good. You know, it's nice to see and you get the idea. It's still got the stupid tats, the graffiti marks on his wings for no reason. Someone had to be dedicated and be like sprayed on. It's like, but why? It's nice without it. It's like, do it anyway.
Yeah.
I think this is the best version of the mold. But have you seen his fan mode where you can make him into a bat? I'll put it on the stream screen. There. You can make him into a full bat, which is quite cute in its weird, interesting.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, okay, that kind of works. It's not perfect, but it makes it more mind-wipey. This guy's clearly customized it because he's painted the hands silver and whatnot, and that actually helps the figure quite a bit, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I dig that. That's actually quite inventive.
I don't think it's worked quite as well for him painting the blades. I think that's not turned out desperately well because they're all very translucent. But the bits of silver on the thighs and the other bits that actually looks quite good, to be fair. And again, the bat mode looks really fun. It's good. It's a good fan mode.
Yeah, I did find 2 listings for the Tokyo.
For the Tokyo one. Oh no.
Tell a lie. I found 3 listings.
All right. Are they all unpleasant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how over 100? No, probably over 100. Over 150?
I've got $195.
195. Wow, so nearly 200.
Yep. I have $219 plus $33 shipping.
So we are more than Titan's tidal wave at this point. Okay.
And there's one further listing for that set that's listed at $429 with $20 shipping.
Fuck off.
I have to admire when you get to that point to still be willing to charge people shipping, you know?
Yeah, at some point you get to that some of the pricing and you're like, are you hoping like a Saudi prince is going to buy this figure from you? Like, what do you expect? No one's going to do that. Surely.
Yeah.
It's madness. But yeah, this mold is fun. It's not worth £200 or $200.
God, no.
But if you can get the mind wipe, yeah. If you really want the mold, I guess the strafe would do, but it's not the best version of the mold, I would say, at least. Next up is one that I haven't had because I don't know about you, Big D, but I was burned after the first movie, and I went no more Megatron, and I clicked my fingers just like Wanda, and there were no more Megatrons that existed for me. This is the Voyager Megatron, the one that has the really obnoxious backpack. He has kind of bluish grayish over most of his body, then with bits of silver paint, and he turns into the tank mode.
Yeah, he's an odd one. This.
Did you have this?
I didn't have this version. I had the leader class version.
Okay. So we can't talk about how good this figure is, at least from a how it handles standpoint. I guess we can talk about how it looks, and I think this would look okay if his backpack was removable.
Yeah, I think that would probably do a lot. Or if it could just collapse a little better.
A lot better. It's very, like, if you like can take that out, you look at it and imagine it didn't exist, like that backpack, it would look fairly similar to the leader, to be honest. It would have that silhouette of the Megatron shape. Now, he would have his stupid gun claw hand, and he does have his left hand is kind of crap. He's got it's a missile launcher clearly, but I think it's meant to be like his the like weedy, like pervert salad hand fingers again.
He's supposed to have like an atrophied effect on his arm.
Yeah.
I just find it hilarious that they stuck a missile in that arm purely because in his gun arm they put a giant retracting blade mechanism instead. It's
I'm not sure why they have the retracting blade. Is it for the transformation? Because I don't think it works for a gimmick, does it?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it does. Maybe it's one of those things where it's you push it and the claw goes forward rather than it goes back, which is what I assumed.
Yeah, I think that's what's supposed to happen because it looks like the gun initially when you push the mechanism and it launches forward to form the proper claw hand. It's just for hilarity that it's literally a cannon arm, and because of that mechanism, they then had to turn the entirety of the other arm into a missile launcher.
Ah, fuck it. He's got another gun arm. It's fine. Who cares? I still don't know why they chose to paint him up the way that they did. Like I say, in robot mode, he's got a lot of that bluish, grayish kind of look to him, and then hints of silver, which is odd. Especially when you look at the leader one, which is all silver for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, they've never really been consistent with Megatrons, have they?
Not between the classes, because the first movie's color scheme, Leader and Voyager, were vastly different. Obviously, one was trying to replicate cold and ice and whatnot, but there's even less excuse here for why they're so different, like color scheme wise.
Yeah.
Unless it's just like based off of concept art and the colors weren't hammered down, maybe.
It's quite possible, yeah.
He turns into his crab flying tank. Again, it doesn't really look like anything. It looks like something you might get on Robot Wars.
Yeah, something that would start flipping things over.
Yeah, and then his head is incredibly visible in the center of the tank mode, which I never understood why they thought that was a good design choice, but there it is.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at this and think, could you guys not just committed one way or the other? Either stick with the spaceship or go full tank, and instead they've got this weird hybrid, which is just...
It's an odd one. It doesn't know what it wants to be, visually at least. It didn't get any repaints, apparently. It didn't get any remolds, apparently. So this is the one and only, I suppose. No, thank you.
I'm genuinely surprised by that, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm not upset about it, though. I can tell you that much.
No, not at all.
Now, this was a figure I was really tempted by until I started watching YouTube reviews on it. It was Long Haul. I thought Long Haul's design was actually pretty interesting and fun, but I remember distinctly watching videos on it and being like, oh, because he has gorilla arms, which is always lame.
Yeah.
I don't think he has elbows, or if he does have elbows, because of the way they've got the pistons in the tricep and the bicep, I imagine it's incredibly limited.
Yeah. I don't think there was much going on there.
I don't think so. I think he probably could do a little, but it definitely was a 90-degree bend. Definitely wasn't. He also has the back of his dumpster truck roof on the sides of his arms as well, which is kind of rough. He's also a lot of leg and then a very small torso as well. For visuals, that doesn't matter too much to me, but knowing how the figure moves or doesn't move is not great.
It's all a bit of a shame because the head sculpt I'm kind of vibing with that. That's wonderfully gribbly bug type head with. I think it's just they've actually shone a light for it to get the light piping to work, but the green and how the plastic gets so thin around the teeth makes them slightly translucent. I'm
kind of shocked of how detailed those little teeth are, because they're very small. Because I didn't know he had those, to be honest, because I hadn't had the figure in hand. I had no idea he had those tiny teeth, to be honest, until I saw the images here. So that's really good molding. And, the silver paint on the sides of the head and the sides of the jaw, again, that's really nice, little extra bit of detailing. Like, visually, visually, this compared to the Megatron, this looks a lot better, I think.
Absolutely.
But practicality sake wise, he's not as bad as Rampage of Whips McCracken. It's not nearly that bad, but it still feels like in a similar way he's been hampered, just like that figure. And these don't combine, so I'm not sure why.
That was the Constructicons. The first run of them were really. I mean, it didn't help that the film kind of was treated them a bit messily as well, because.
And they didn't get a full run. Not all of them got individual robots either, which is really weird. You got Whips McCracken, you got this guy, you got the big wheel dude.
Yeah.
Did he get another one? I don't think he. Oh, Mixmaster.
Yeah, Mixmaster.
That'll be in next week's episode. The one George hates.
Yeah.
I don't think you got a long haul equivalent. And you didn't get a Bone Crusher / Scrapper, because whoever Whips McCracken is.
Yeah.
You didn't get another one of those equivalents, so it's odd.
Yeah, wait for the Studio Series version to get the full.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot they did them from Studio Series. This was not great. I will say that the dumpster truck is pretty good. I think the dumpster truck looks like a really good vehicle. It looks like a realistic dumpster truck, and these vehicles are huge. I've stood next to a wheel of one of these things in America, and the wheels are massive. Can't believe how big the things are.
Scale from everything, from the little ladders they've sculpted in, the gantry around the cab.
Yeah,
and it's quite a nice and clean alt mode as well.
Yeah,
which is sometimes it's easy to gloss over that, but sometimes just having a nice clean alt mode can do a lot.
I want to say you can probably see his hands in the back of that dumpster.
Yeah.
I want to say you probably can, but just from the angle, it's hard to 100% know for sure. He did get redone for Hunt for the Decepticons into Payload, so he got done into the yellow version. And it's, again, visually, not bad. Yeah, they just turned it yellow, and it's like, looks good. Do you prefer this one or the green one? I think I might like this one.
I think I might as well. Oh, he does have a bit of a gimmick. He's got blades coming out of those bits of the.
Head. Okay.
That's why they're on his arms. Yeah.
Well, it's another reason why they're on his arms, I suppose. At least they have a feature, I suppose. Okay.
And I kind of dig what they've done with the head as well, with how they painted it.
Yeah. Mostly black. Oddly enough, it's very barricade, right? Barricadey, purple on the top, and then silver kind of around the mouth. It looks when you have the close-up shot, it looks like the silver paint's got a little bit messy as it's kind of blobbed onto his eyes a little bit. Whoops.
But but I dig this repaint. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, it's not bad. Next up, we got Banzai-tron. We didn't cover it. We're not going to spend a long time on Banzai-tron because we did talk about Bludgeon last time. I forgot to talk about Banzai-tron. So it is the same mold. It's just been recolored. And it's not bad. Is this better as Banzai-tron or is it better as Bludgeon? I think it might be better as Banzai-tron.
I think the colors work better. They work for that samurai aesthetic more for Banzai-tron. It's a Bludgeon. And you know what I remembered from, but I forgot last week? It was Head Robots did the upgrade.
That's who it was. Obviously, Head Robots did the head upgrade. Of fucking course.
Yeah.
I miss Head Robots. They did pretty good stuff. Or at least at the time, they did okay stuff.
I mean, I've got their hard head upgrade. For
the
Universe Hardhead they did out of Universe Barricade Onslaught.
That's right. Yes, that was one of their first releases.
Yeah, that's a very.
They also did the Cobra Snake, Headmaster head. If you remember that.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember that because Dave gave me one because we got 2 free copies for some reason sent to the Moonbase 2 for no particular reason. I don't think Dave ever reviewed them, but I might be wrong. I do remember getting that and thinking like, this is fun. It's G1 compatible as well. But yeah, again, this is the Banzai-tron colors. It's nice. I like the Bludgeon colors a little bit better, but I think this might work better as Banzai-tron, but neither here nor there. So we'll move on to a different line entirely. Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Tee-hee-hee. No, it's the leader Optimus Prime. Oh boy.
Oh, lordy.
This one could combine with the movie Jetfire, who we talked about last time. There's the image of it, and it's a fucking mess. I think we talked about the combined mode last time. It wasn't. It's not very good.
Isn't one thing I will say to it, because I was thinking on it earlier on when I was looking at the pictures, links you sent me for tonight. I didn't really stress that one of the interesting things about it is that the way Jetfire basically connects to Prime. It is a bit of a pain because you have that rubber belt around the front. If that was something a more solid plastic, I'd have preferred that. However, the way he clips into the back of Prime's robot mode and becomes almost like like the power loader from Aliens.
Oh yeah,
he becomes like an exoskeleton across the back of Prime's torso. It's clunky, but it does work for what they were going for.
So I think the issue is it doesn't look like he's really combined with him, because a lot of the stuff's on his back. He's got the shoulder bit, he's got the power belt, he's got a little bit on his feet, but that's about it. This is this is why like future iterations of this combined mode, for better or worse, look better because it's more of how it should look rather than this, which is much more of a for two such complicated Transformers. It's not a very good combined mode, in fairness.
No, I mean, it doesn't help that in the film, Jetfire basically gets disassembled.
Yeah.
And in this, the Jetfire toy doesn't do any of that. It doesn't come apart. It's literally just folded around Prime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's still the base Jetfire leader class toy. I think if they'd had a bit more time in the design studio, they could have done a better take on it. But which they have done, as you said, there have been better versions of this since then. But
I don't know for the time period. I don't know if they could have done better, just because this was 2010. Yeah. This was 15 years ago. Obviously, Transformers have come a long way since then. But
they didn't really go into figures basically having to dismantle one to add on to another one. Not at that point. So,
well, not only just that, but it's 2 leader figures that also have to transform, that also have to have sound boxes in them as well, and have some feature of automorphing as well. So it's like, oh Jesus, okay, let's go.
And both have lights as well.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. I mean, they really did throw everything at these two.
Yeah,
and the combined mode suffers, but I think individually they both succeeded.
For the time period, yeah.
However, this Optimus Prime toy, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, like we've alluded to a few times before, there's a reason why he's a masterpiece, because he's, at least for the time, he might not be now. It's been a long time since I've touched him with my greasy, sweaty hands. He was very fiddly. I remember being around at Dave's, and our mutual friend Phil spent a long time trying to figure out how it worked and transforming it, and not asking for help or looking for instructions or anything like that, just constantly fiddling and poking at it and just being like having breaks. We'd have our Chinese meal and then he'd go back to it for a bit and be like, oh, for fuck's sake, he's a bastard. Fucking bastard.
I mean, the thing is, there's a difference between a figure that's complex and one that's complicated.
Yeah.
To my mind, a fun, complex figure is one that you need instructions initially, or sometimes as a refresher. But once you've done it a few times, you can do it almost off muscle memory.
Yeah, I agree.
Or you can intuit what you're doing.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck with doing that with this figure, because holy shit balls is it a pain in the ass to transform.
I don't remember it being fun from how I watch people do it. That's for sure.
There's a reason that mine has been sit up on top of a bookcase for the last decade almost at this point, because I never want to try and transform it again.
No, I don't blame you. It's like, Axel Hedge says, I refuse to transform this Prime. Oh, well, I was wondering if Axel Hedge was going to come in here and go, well, actually, I found it really easy. Not because that's who Axel Hedge is, but that's because how chats usually work. So he says, I refuse to transform this Prime. I'm afraid of snapping his chest off. Oh, permanently due to how it transforms. Is it because like the little red bits that are around his ab area are like they're like little bits of plastic that slot into something, right? Isn't that how it worked?
Yeah, they basically tab into the guts effectively.
Somehow.
Yeah, it's a fascinating transformation. There is some really good engineering in this figure.
Yeah, again, there's a reason why they made it a masterpiece. Should it have been a retail leader toy for children? No. Oh. No, this isn't. I'm happy to say this is not a fun Transformer, especially if you're a young kid.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, for 2010, it's super accurate.
I mean, it's revenge for Fallen Optimus Prime. It's the figure that everyone wanted the first film's Prime to be.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I mean, look, the flip out blades are fun. That's a cool gimmick. I mean, actually, in the robot mode, it is actually. I did find it fun to mess around with.
Yeah.
But it was the transformation that made me go, I'm never touching this thing ever again.
Yeah, it's like a Vinyl Tech figure. You transform it once and you go, I'm good, thanks. Never again. No, thank you. Or with some third party. Well, I would say probably a lot of third-party figures is kind of like that, because I've watched videos of you fold this panel, and then this panel folds into 5 other 5 panels, and then this panel folds into 9 other panels as well.
Yes, over-engineering is a thing, folks.
It can be. Panels folding on panels upon panels upon panels. That's why I'm not a big, that's why I'm not a giant third-party fan, or can't be. Can be.
I can understand that.
I like, so I like the Hasbro figures can be more fun because you just transform them and they're just done. It's why I stopped with Masterpiece as well.
There's a point where the fact that Hasbro are designing figures for mass consumption, whereas the third party are very much aiming at the collector's market, people who are much more willing to have something that's over-engineered. Yeah,
they kind of want that, don't they? They want that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they think that makes it a higher valued item. I suppose it does because it requires more pieces, but for me, that just makes it less fun and more fiddly, you know? But yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, very much so.
Excel Head says, damn, Andy, not cool, bro. I said I'm sorry. I thought you were going that way, but you didn't, so I was really happy. Yeah, the Optimus Prime. Again, for his age, he's a really interesting piece of transformation history because no one had ever had something this complex before. I mean, you compare this to MP1. This is vastly more complex than MP1.
Oh God, yeah.
Which is kind of interesting because that was a masterpiece as well. It's like, damn, okay.
There's an idea. I have both of those here. I wonder if I should try and do a comparison.
What, MP1 and this guy?
Yeah.
Oddly enough, they came out relatively a couple of years apart from each other, right? Not a huge amount of time, but reasonably close. The truck mode looks really good as well. Obviously, the robot mode looks good. The truck mode, again, looks solid. Looks like how you'd want it to look.
Yeah, I mean, once you get it into the truck mode, it does look quite fabulous.
Yeah.
It's getting it there that is the... Because, I mean, you can see the gears inside the cab. And those aren't there. Those aren't to show they have a function, and God help you if you do things wrong.
If I want to throw out some shade on the figure, I guess I'd throw out that, yeah, it's a shame that the smokestacks are rubbery plastic again. And I think they were rubbery plastic for the Japanese Masterpiece release as well. I don't think they changed that. I think they just
I think they used that same, because all the silver bits are I think were all that same rubbery plastic. The bits on the exterior of the truck motor, certainly.
Yeah,
you can see
they're not rubbery plastic, but it is that kind of faux metal kind of look. Not swirly plastic either, but that kind of look. It's hard to describe, I suppose.
They do somewhat let the feel of the figure down a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't look quite as premium a product with that kind of plastic, I would agree. Yeah.
But again, it was a mass retail release, so... This
one was. You could definitely be harsher on the Japanese release, because, again, like I said, it was just re-released, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
So remolds. This was remolded into Buster Optimus Prime in 2009 for Japan. Buster Optimus Prime. 2-pack Buster Optimus Prime in 2009 in Japan again. And then Hunt for the Decepticon Optimus Prime. So the Hunt for the Decepticon Optimus Prime, he has the ungrilled mask, but then he has like poop smeared over one side of his face, because I guess that's just what we do. And then what I would assume, I guess, is battle damage, which is, again, just brown smudges just over parts of his body. The remold consists of changing his swords to the hooks.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
really liked the hooks.
I think the hooks are fine. It wouldn't make me go, damn, bro. I see this poo-colored Optimus Prime with his normal creepy robot face, and he's got hooks. I need to get the figure again. I don't know. It just it's not quite enough for me for getting the figure again. I mean, at least with the first movie Optimus Prime, they had what was the blue one called? Optimus Prime?
Night Attack, I think.
Night Attack. At least it was a different color. It's not anything very impressive, but yeah. Oh, there's also.
I was just having a look for the Buster version, see if there's any difference, and I'm more stunned by the price of the damn things. Jesus.
Are there any differences?
That's what I'm trying to see.
Oh, I found an image of the one of the other Optimus Primes, the Japanese one, which is the Optimus Prime Black version, which, I mean, guess what it is? You know, it's the Japanese one, so it's what if he was black? Nice thing about it is he's got bits of teal on him, but they've changed the kind of red fire effect into a gold effect, which looks really nice. You know, gold and black goes really well together.
The Buster Optimus Prime comes with his cannon.
So, is it just Optimus Prime, but instead of having the swords, it's the cannon?
Oh, no, he still has one of the swords. In fact,
can you send an image, please? I want to see this.
It's a box, so it's not a great one.
Okay.
I'll ping it across to you now.
Thank you. Yeah, the black version it's actually not too bad. They've got a good distribution of colors with like I say, a lot of the teal in places, and the bits of gold look quite nice as well. So yeah, actually, it's okay.
That gold on the black version.
Really
That does work quite nicely. Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on. Okay, let's turn the screen. Hey. Turn the screen on. Oh, yeah, he has one... Oh, no, he's got the unmasked face as well. You can just about see it.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got the unmasked face. It looks like, depending on how accurate this is, that he might have nicer silver paint on him. I'm not sure how true that is, because this looks like a stand... No, because this was... I said this was... No, this can't be the Japanese release, because it has, like, words over it. I don't know.
Well, no, it is Japanese because I can see there's a Japanese logo. Well, it's got Karatomi on the front of the box.
Oh yeah, you're right. Underneath Optimus Prime, it says probably Convoy or something close to it. So maybe it does have nice silver paint.
Yours for £316.
Not this one, the one with the gun and the blade. Damn.
Yep.
Jesus. Only 300? Man. Think how many. Think of all the 10 models you could get from Warhammer with that.
Or you can just buy a KO for 70 quid.
You could do that, I suppose, if you really wanted to. If you're so inclined. Excel Head says Corpse Prime for this black one. No, I guess this is more Evil Prime. This is the style of the time rather than Dead, because Dead's more grey. Dead Optimus Prime is usually just flat grey Prime, which we have had more iterations of than I'd like, to be honest.
Yeah, more than you'd expect.
Far more than you'd expect. Should we move on? Or do you have anything else to say? Because I haven't fiddled with this, I can't talk too much apart from it's just a faff.
It is. It's kind of like it's the poster child for it. It is a fantastic piece of engineering, but it is a terrible toy.
Would you quote an Ian Malcolm line and say they didn't think if they didn't consider if they should, whatever he says in Jurassic Park, that line, the one.
Sure they could, yeah.
Whether they should, yeah. Every time they make a new Jurassic Park movie, I think the exact same fucking line.
Or to paraphrase Tolkien, they delved too deeply and too greedily.
True. Next up, we have the leader Megatron with his his strong hand from Scary Movie 2. If anyone remembers that old movie, I suppose at this point, he has an even bigger gun arm compared to the deluxe version. I think this was done into a masterpiece as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one baffles me why they did it, because it's actually kind of
It's basic, right? It's very simple, especially compared to Prime.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the transformation for this one, it was a pain more because of how tight the joints were than anything.
Oh,
it's actually the actual transformation is pretty simple.
Oh, okay.
When you get down to it, but because really the main issue is, again, because you have all of the electronics in the torso, that means that everything's kind of reliant on what's around it.
Is the gold bit the thing? Is it like the first movie Megatron, but with that gold bit, you get that gold bit and pull it down to his groin? Is that how that works? Or does it activate a different way? Do you remember?
I think you just pushed it in.
Oh, okay. What, the gold bit again? Or another bit?
I think so. I think you just push that in, yeah.
Okay.
And it makes the noise.
The noise, everyone's favorite.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure this was just done into a masterpiece just because. And I'm pretty sure at the very least they gave him like a super chromy kind of paint scheme. Yeah. I'm almost positive.
That was one of the things I think with Takara did. We know that they tend to do it anyway for a lot of toys that they got, give them a premium paint scheme. But this one especially, because it is so much more basic than any other masterpiece figure in the line.
Yeah,
I think they did go a bit OT. They went to town with the paint apps on this one.
At least for the masterpiece version. Yeah. I will say the claws, I don't think the claw looks as nice when it's in claw mode as the Voyager version, since all of the claw comes from the top of his shoulder and kind of then wraps around his kind of very big, obnoxious, kind of lame-looking gun arm, so it doesn't flow quite as nicely into it, I don't think.
Yeah, they've kind of gone. It's weird, this one, because on the one hand, yes, it's got the missile incorporated, but the actual cannon itself, without the missile, doesn't look as nice as the cannon on the Voyager version. And then, like you say, all the junk to make the blade. It's not even an interesting how it works. It's literally
just flips down.
It's up on the shoulder and it flips down.
Yeah, it's a deluxe gimmick more than anything, right?
Yeah, and it sucks because this is a bit. I mean, this is a massive figure. It weighed a ton.
How tall were they? Like 12, 13 inches or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, leaders for that era were
pretty big.
Decent. Yeah. And this one, again, because of all the electronics, there's all that mass in his torso, the legs were really well engineered to take all the weight. Because he was a very stable figure. And they just... It's so weird for... I mean, this film... The tie-ins to Revenge of the Fallen are so bizarre because you can go from the massively over-engineered in Prime and then to this Megatron that in some ways feels less well-engineered than the Voyager version, which had its own issues.
Yeah.
I mean, this one doesn't have the back kibble issues that one did, for one thing.
Yeah.
But it has a whole other array of problems.
What was the articulation like on it? Because it looks like it's there, but it looks very basic.
Yeah, it's... If I remember right, there's the leg joints, like I say, they were quite tight and sturdy, but there wasn't really much in the arms you could do much with, and the head couldn't really swivel all that much because of the electronics and the gimmickry.
Ah, right, okay.
So it's a very limited figure, especially when you compare it to Prime.
Does it feel? Do you remember if? It looks like it's very similar in terms of like the design principle that the first one was, like big gimmick ridden, probably fun time for kids, but that would be about it. Not like a good Transformer in quotations kind of toy.
I mean, I'd struggle to say if it would be a good time for kids because I remember, because I sold this to a friend of mine who wanted it for her collection. And honestly, I was glad to see the back of it because...
I was going to say, did you not like her or something? That's kind of mean. Here, take this trash from me.
No, I was glad to give it to a home where it would be appreciated. But I remember it was actually really hard to transform, not because of complexity, but because of how tight everything was.
It's all ratchet joints, right? Or mostly, right? I would guess.
A lot of ratchet joints. And there were points where I had to put so much force into some of the moves. I genuinely thought I was going to break it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I mean, most of the transformation is really just separating up the legs to make the tracks, and then folding out the other tracks, moving the arms around. But it wasn't a particularly pleasant experience for transformation. And I don't know how a kid would feel with it because, yeah.
Looking at it, I'll throw it out there as well. I think the tank mode is better on the Voyager, at least more accurate looking to how it did in the movie. This doesn't really look like, and Megatron's head was visible before, is super duper visible here.
Oh, yeah.
Super duper.
This, I mean, and that's, like I said before, because he had all the electronics in the torso, that's stuffed up what they could do. On one hand, it meant that they could kind of cheat with some of the... I mean, they haven't even tried to give this one wings, for one thing. It's much less accurate to the screen version. But it's just such a weird toy to mess with.
Yeah. So would you say the complexity of the Prime is better or worse than this? Like, which one do you prefer to finagle with?
I'd probably give it to Prime, because at least Prime in either mode is fun to mess with.
Okay.
It's not fun to get them into either mode, but at least it has that in its favor. This one, it's a very basic robot mode. It's an annoying, difficult process to transform it, not due to complexity, but just due to how it's been engineered. and then the alt mode, it just doesn't look particularly nice, does it?
I'm not a big fan of it, to be fair.
No.
I don't like it. In terms... Go on.
I was just gonna, and again, that's kind of a symptom of Megatron, especially, was not treated kindly by the movies in terms of his designs.
No,
they're not ones that can be translated easily to toys by anyone.
I can't actually find an image of the Masterpiece version of this figure. Maybe it's not this version that got done into a Masterpiece version, because I don't seem to be able to see one. Maybe it was another one that was done. I'm not sure.
Did they use Dark of the Moon Megatron for a Masterpiece?
Maybe that's what I'm getting confused with, I suppose. I thought it was this one, to be honest. Or at least I thought in my mind, I remember this one having like a premium, like silver painted version, but maybe I'm wrong. Because on this website, which obviously this is not a completely up-to-date website, of course, there's the Shadow Commander Megatron, which is wait, it's this mold again. Then with dark bluish black, randomly splodged in places, and then this is a. I don't know what they were thinking with this. I have no idea. It's a mess of colors.
Okay. I found a Masterpiece that's movie 1 Megatron.
Ah, okay.
And that does look like it's a completely different bit of engineering to what we looked at for movie 1.
Oh yeah. I'm sure that wasn't reused, at least, thankfully.
Yeah.
What do you think of this repaint? I think that it makes the tank mode look a little bit more interesting, but it's there's almost too many colors on it. I think that there are too many colors on it. Just it randomly splodged all over it as well.
I mean, I do like the use of. I mean, the orange works in the alt mode, but not so much for the robot, I feel.
I think bits do. Like, I like the orange above the knee, and I like the orange in the chest. I think it doesn't work because there's no orange on the arms, either of the arms, or around the face. Yeah. Maybe that's it, for me at least.
That would have helped. I think it does make the alt mode a bit more interesting.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Yeah. Robot.
It's an asymmetric figure, obviously, because he's got his big gun arm and then his little weedy arm. But then the paint scheme's asymmetrical as well, because the weedy arm is kind of a dirty gray kind of color, grayish green, and then the other arm is the blue, but then it has like metallic-y silver painted on the shoulder, at least. It's weird. It just feels like a mess. Like, again, they didn't know exactly what kind of color scheme to go with for this figure and just kind of splodged it all over the shop. So I can't say I'm a big fan of this.
No. Certainly not for the robot. Certainly. I like the alt mode colors, but not for the robot mode.
No. So, Megatron's not desperately good. So we got one more figure to go, and it is the biggest figure in the line. It is the Supreme Constructicons Devastator. This is not related in any way to the other previous Constructicons we talked about, because each of the Constructicons here, such as Rampage, Scavenger, Longhaul, and Mixmaster, who we'll talk about next time, these pieces do not transform individually. They are all components to form this thing. And I remember this thing sitting on the shelves, specifically in Toys R Us, for a very long time.
Oh, yes. This is a mess.
Yes, it is a messy figure to begin with in terms of its visuals. And in terms of a robot mode, I don't think it looked desperately satisfying, as Scrapper and Hightower, as he's called, I don't think ever looked like they formed into decent arms and hands. It just looked like two vehicles awkwardly stuck on to the shoulders of this sort of weird thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if you agree with that.
Yeah, the arms are probably. I mean, I actually don't mind the idea of Devastator being interpreted into a more bestial, almost gorilla-like form. It's just the execution, and this especially is. It was an expensive set.
It was like 60 quid, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Which was unheard of. You're like, fucking how much? 60 quid?
Yeah.
How young we were.
I know, right? And then the fact that the limbs didn't even do anything, they just turned into, they could either be vehicles or for combined form.
Yeah.
That just sucked.
And it didn't look like, at least from my perspective, it doesn't look like they do a huge amount to get to those limb forms either.
No.
They do a small amount, but not a huge amount, you know?
Yeah, not really. It's not great.
The head, I remember the head being very flat as well. Devastator in the movie obviously has quite a prominent face that pokes outwards. This one looked like it was that design, but then hit with a frying pan. But they did have the drum of like Mixmaster going backwards, so at least they attempted to do that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this thing does have like shoulder joints, and it has like outward shoulder joints, but I don't know. I assume it probably wasn't able to support the weight, and because of the way that this thing was, the legs were done, like Big D said, into like a gorilla style pose. I'm not sure how easy this thing was to balance on just two legs alone. I'm gonna assume not really, right?
Yeah, I'd be worried with that much, especially with how weighty the torso would have been, because this thing had electronics, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I'd be shocked if it didn't. It was so bloody big.
Yeah.
It doesn't initially say here, but I'm sure it did.
Yeah, all that weight on those two kind of dumpy legs.
Yeah. Maybe it'd be fine, but I don't think so. So, big gimmick toy. Probably. Oh, do you think it was maybe like Fort Max, and we were straining into the this is too big for a kid to enjoy? Because G1 Fort Max is definitely too big for a kid to enjoy, in my opinion.
I'd go for that. I almost bought that Fort Max when I was a kid, and I
would have loved it as a kid, but I remember getting it as an adult and how tight and fiddly those ratchet joints are for his legs and stuff, and I thought, wow, as a kid that would have been a right fucking nightmare to try and fiddle with. Good lord.
Yeah. I think we're definitely in that territory with this. Well.
I don't think he would have had that issue, but I think when I say specifically he's so big he'd be unplayable is again just because of how cumbersome he would be as a robot.
Yeah.
Maybe a kid would have enjoyed like the size of each of the individual like Constructicon like vehicles, because it's just like, here, random child, here's a big cement mixer, here's a big dump truck.
The vehicles actually all look like they're quite fun looking versions of.
They're competent. You know who they all are. They've all got the right color schemes and whatnot on them. I think maybe they've got it called Scavenger. I think Scavenger's probably the one where the Voyager looked better in vehicle mode.
Yeah,
but that's
You know what I'm genuinely surprised by with the movie Constructicons?
Mm-hmm.
That we've never had a repaint of the entire bunch in G1 colors.
Not this one, but we did get the Legends version, which was colored all green.
Did they?
Yeah, if you scroll down the page, there's the toys. The Legends version was, I was almost tempted to get it because I thought the Legends version looked like a fairly decent version of Devastator, and I was like, oh, well, that's kind of fun. But then I saw the movie and went, oh no, never mind, it's okay. I don't need to buy this.
At least this one's made from the bits that actually do transform into robot.
Yes, yeah, they're all Legends, so they all individually transform as well.
And it's Legends, so you can more easily forgive the flaws of the combined mode, which in this case it looks like a deranged goblin of some sort, which is kind of cool.
It kind of does, yeah. It maybe would have been nice if the robot, if it had a bit more color to it, I think, just to break it up. It's probably not proportionally correct either, because like he does look gangly with his arms being quite long and almost kind of thin in a weird way.
I mean, Hightower's not even been transformed there.
No.
He's literally wearing a crane as an arm.
Yeah, he's there. Hightower's definitely there.
Yeah.
Welcome, Rodimus Power Toy Collector. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well this evening. Hope it's good. Yeah, but Supreme Devastator obviously was never redone. I don't think that was a bad thing. I think that was probably the correct choice.
Yeah.
They've done another Constructicon movie Devastator, haven't they? They must have.
They did. Studio Series did do them.
Did they combine? I think they did,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, because that was the first combiner they did, where they did each one as the proper scale. So there was, because I think you had a leader, a couple of Voyagers, and some Deluxes.
Okay, that would make sense. So I'm sure that one's a lot better than this one. So you never have to touch this again. It's still just weird that Scrapper and Hightower never got like the Deluxe or Voyager treatment. It was only the four that we mentioned before. These two were left out for whatever reason. That
is actually genuinely quite weird.
Especially with like the extra characters that they put in, like not Axel, but like Mind Wipe and like Bludgeon. I'm not complaining because those are, I'm sure, better figures than what these could have been. It's still kind of weird that was the case. Yeah.
Odd. Most odd.
But that's where we'll leave it for today, people. We have part 3 to come out at some point in the future where Big D will be invited on yet again. I actually thought it was Dark of the Moon today. I completely forgot we'd only done a little bit of The Fallen.
I have to admit, when you messaged me earlier on about dinner, I was like, oh, yeah, I get to talk about Skyhammer and Tomahawk. And then I saw the links you sent me, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right, we hadn't finished Revenge of the Fallen, had we?
Yeah. And we've still got another few left to do for Revenge of the Fallen. I will say Dark of the Moon is a better line. They got better. They got better as they went along. Well,
yeah. Dark of the Moon. There are some things about that line I don't like, but I think they got the level of complexity to fun ratio dialed in a lot better.
What were the weapons called again? The gimmick for
Mech something.
Yeah, Mech Tech. Is it Mech Tech? Mech Alive? Something like that.
It always annoyed me that almost none of the weapons could actually lock into one.
It was absolutely baffling.
Yeah.
Baffling that they never did.
And it was a shame because so many of the figures were genuinely really good.
Yeah, Starscream's really good in that line. That mold, at least. I had the Thundercracker.
Skyhammer is still one of the best choppers Hasbro have ever done.
Yeah, true. Mr. White says, for years afterwards, mistransformed versions of this turned up at car boots. Oh, I think he means the Devastator, Supreme Devastator.
Yeah.
Are you sure they're mistransformed? How would you know?
That's also fair.
How would you know?
That's very fair.
I've thought of something nice to say about Supreme Devastator. Unless you lose a limb, it's unlikely that you'd be missing parts for this figure, I think.
That's fair, yeah.
It's faint praise, but I think it's something.
It's very faint praise.
It's something, you got to give something to this figure, I suppose. Yeah. But Big D, where can people find you on the internet if you want to be found? Where can they find you?
Oh, I am everywhere as David Kelly. I don't hide. Probably not a good idea, but hey ho, I've been on the internet this long in this form, so either with this lovely visage as drawn by Mr. Gruff, or a picture of Cup with his Stoogie. I am a regular on Mr. Gruff's Deeper Dive series, where we find an article from the Fluff and Hammer, from White Dwarf or Citadel Journal, or something that's just caught our fancy, and yammer about it for a bit. Sometimes with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And with Mr. White, I host Fluff and Busters, where normally we talk over a movie. But just this Friday gone, we watched and reacted to the Warhammer live stream.
Yay!
That's up on the Fluff and Hammer YouTube channel. We're going to try and get another show in the can next weekend, I think we're going to be doing Dread because it seemed appropriate given the
the awful news.
Oh yes, about Taika. No, I meant about how there's a lot of Arbites around at the moment.
Okay, that's good news. I was like, oh, do you remember the good movie? I do. Oh, can you imagine what Taika's gonna do? Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
He's not the guy I would give Dredd to, or Judge Dredd. Oh, you could do a double bill. You could do Dredd, and you could do the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd. That's a silly movie.
We've been debating the possibility of that. That's all Demolition Man.
Oh, well, Demolition Man's I'd say Demolition Man's good. Judge Dredd is just really stupid. I like it, but it's like I can't say it's a good film, but I enjoy it.
Yeah,
very silly.
Every time I watch that film, its design is spot on. Its production design is immaculate.
Yeah.
And if you look at the casting of that film, you go, how are all these people in this?
Yeah, it's not bad casting, to be fair.
Yeah. And then you watch it and you kind of, if you have any fondness for the universe of Judge Dredd, you kind of feel your soul sleeping away.
Yeah, clearly the person who wrote it just wanted to write a generic 90s action movie rather than a Judge Dredd kind of movie. And also Sylvester Stallone didn't want to keep the helmet on.
Yeah, which sucks because the opening 20 minutes of that film, right at the point where he takes his helmet off, up to that point, it's been great. It's been daft. It's been camp. It's had block war going on and Dread being Dread. And then it just kind of...
It gets very, very 90s. Very 90s. If you want another bad film that's kind of fun to watch, you could do The Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you remember that one?
I try not to.
Yeah! Clones, baby! I told you could go fuck yourself, but not literally. I love that film. So stupid. Excel Hedge says, Andy, your thoughts on the new Pantheon stocking? I haven't seen it and didn't like the last Pantheon stocking, so I probably won't watch the new one. Have you seen Pantheon stocking, Big D?
No, I need to get caught up on the stuff that's just come out. I haven't really watched much anime from the new season yet, which I need to amend because...
Well, hey, the longer you wait, the more episodes you'll have to watch.
This is true. I mean, Kaiju number 8 came back, I think.
Oh, did it? Oh, okay. I thought that was okay. I didn't think it was amazing.
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, this is fine.
I'd read the manga up to pretty much the point where that's the first season ended.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was enjoying where it was going, so I'll give that another go. Sakamoto Days has come back for a second season on Netflix. I need to watch that. And there's a few other bits and bobs. Some stuff from last season I haven't got around to yet, but should be all collated and hopefully dubbed by this point, and some new stuff I want to give a shot. So, yeah, that'll probably be what I spend some of my evenings doing whilst I'm trying to build this Necron army.
When are you going to spray them?
Once I have it all built.
you gotta do it before winter starts creeping in. He'll creep in fast enough.
I have until October because that's when the Crusade starts.
Ah, okay.
The campaign I'm in. But I just built the Canoptic Wraiths today, which were actually kind of fun, and I'm surprised how solid they are once.
Which ones are the Canoptic Wraiths?
They're the scarabs that are on the big spindly tails.
Oh, yeah, they're kind of interesting, yeah. Have you decided how you're going to paint them? Are you going to paint them like bog standard Necrons, just silver? You're going to paint them in another way?
I'm thinking I'm going to give them a primer probably in... I'm not sure if to go for the Canoptic brass colour they came up with, or just go for a solid brassy bronze.
Okay.
And then paint the armour a more matte colour.
Right.
So, but I'm still trying to work out how I want to play them in this crusade, because I've decided I want to do something really silly. And I'm torn between either going all destroyers and cryptek beasties or all vehicles, because I worked out for the initial 1,000 points for crusade, I could actually fit in a Catacomb Command Barge, 2 Annihilation Barges, and 2 Triax Stalkers, and then I have another Triax Stalker and another Annihilation Barge I can add in.
That's the Spider Walker, right? The Triax Stalkers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then still have lots of points left over, because none of those are very expensive.
Yeah.
The Necron list at the moment is stupidly cheap for so much stuff.
I wish I liked the look of the barges. I don't like them. I think they look weird and not in like a cool way.
They do look a bit like a croissant.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like something that's unfinished. There's something about the shape of it that reminds me of do you remember you as a kid you got like builder magazines where you got bits every week? It reminds me of like build a glow in the dark skeleton dinosaur. And it reminds me of building up the rib cage of that, like the spine, and you slot in the rib cage bits. It's just a
I can understand
it's
that.
just a look that I'm like, meh. There are just aspects about the Necrons, like bits here and there, where I'm like, I wish that would be changed and tidied up and altered a little bit, maybe thrown away. Mr. White says, no, Andy, even I draw a line at the 6th day. What? What's wrong with the 6th? Arnie and a clone. Arnie and a clone. Come on, man.
Look, I'll tell you what, Andy, I will add it to my list for the watch along for the Christmas What the Hell Are We Doing stream.
Yeah.
Where I just put on utter nonsense for almost a solid week.
Yeah. Oh, you should put on the Garbage Kids Pail movie then. Yeah. You forgot about that one, didn't you?
I had, goddammit.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back next. Oh, I need to say where I can be found. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube as Decayed Andy. We are on the Moonbase 2 forums, Twitter, Twitch, and iTunes, Libsyn, Facebook, and all that places as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can find us on the ccbunker.weebly.com. We stream live on a Sunday at 9:30 in the evening UK time, both here on YouTube and on Twitch as well. Decayed Andy on Twitch and Moonbase 2 on YouTube.
And if I can't get this image of the bloody Garbage Pail Kids movie out of my head, you'll find Andy 6 feet under.
Yay! My dream is coming true, baby. So we'll be back next week, maybe with news, probably with news. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll who knows, right? Until then, thank you again, Big D, for coming on by.
No worries.
And
always
thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us here tonight. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time, everybody.